This video right here goes really well in this unintended multi-part series that I've been doing. There are some other episodes in this, okay? Other videos that are going to work really well with all this stuff coming out in the very near future, and ones that have come out very recently as well. Like this will butt up well, pun not intended, with the previous Destiny video that's up, and well, there's going to be one that comes out over the weekend. I'm not entirely sure when it does, but I was talking about this such phenomenon then. But then this situation really popped off, and when I seen one thing, okay, like there was the initial post of Ruby Rose, okay, like she's an OnlyFans chick, and she's a rapper as well, and she met with her #1 simp, and if you're on social media for any period of time, you're likely to see, okay, one of these examples pan out, where it's, okay, this creepy looking guy, this moderately attractive Instagram thought turned professional sex worker meeting with somebody who paid an exuberant amount of money, and it's like, okay, yeah, whatever, okay, that guy's really sad, everybody's gonna laugh at him, and then we just move on with our day. But then it started to spiral out into something completely different, and then when I seen all of this stuff added up together, I also noticed that, yeah, this might not play out on such a grandiose scale. You might not have somewhere in the realm of, and we don't even have the tally of all of the chicks that he was throwing money around to, but at least we have a documented 160, I didn't stutter on that one, $160,000 being spent out there across a couple of chicks. So of course you're gonna notice that, you know, this Brandon fellow is doing what a lot of guys out there are doing. Like I said, maybe not at that such financial level, but there's a lot of guys, man. There is a lot of guys that are out there that think that they can have a relationship with a chick if it's simply transactional, okay? If you want, and I might be spoiling something that we're going to be talking about here very shortly about how this devolves, but you cannot negotiate genuine desire with a chick by just simply stating everything that you've done for her and you should love me because of it. It doesn't work like that at all. And that's a broken frame that you see just about everywhere, because the way that these guys work is they think that cash rules everything, okay? Like they fucking take that Wu-Tang Clan song, they take cream and then try to apply it to everything. Cash rules everything around me, right? Cream get the money, dollar bill, y'all. They want to run it out for everything, just because that works in business, just because that might work with your friends or who you think are your friends, doesn't mean that that's actually going to work for a chick, especially one who openly monetizes her sexuality. You can't buy off a sex worker because you are just simply feeding into her business model. She is winning in this situation. You are fucking losing. And you see this play out time and time again online with these types of guys who, you missed my super chat on YouTube streams all the time. They think that they're entitled to butt into a show just because they give you money, or at the same time where they will just go ahead and track down a chick and it's like, I took you for dinner. I bought you a bag and I didn't even get a kiss at the end of the night. It's not transactional like that. You cannot negotiate genuine desire. And if tricks like that end up working, well, chances are you're probably with a trick. But let's get some of this groundwork laid, because that's the only thing getting laid in this situation. Obsessive OnlyFans member who would empty his bank account, and it's pretty vast bank account if we're going to be honest, to be with rapper Ruby Rose. And it's like, this isn't even like, you know, Jennifer Connelly in the early 2000s, or in the early 90s, sorry, or Scarlett Johansson in the early 2000s. Like, this chick is whatever, and from many people who know at least of her persona out there in the streets, she's a really shitty individual, and you can also tell that by the fact that she made all of these private conversations very public. If you were actually feeling a certain way about this, if you were fearing for your safety, that's one thing. But what are you going to end up accomplishing by putting this guy on blast? You are just simply going to enrage him more. But back to this. To be with rapper Ruby Rose gets a tattoo of her face after spending at least $60,000 on her in a month. In a month! Man! But let's be honest, we all have fucking simp stories. Oh my god. Here, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys one. I'm not perfect. I had to come across my line of thinking. I first got exposed to it with the late great Patrice O'Neill in 2014 with the Black Phillip radio show, and then it further got refined from the likes of, the great work of Rollo Tomasi and the Rational Mail, and then, of course, somebody else that I shout out all the time, Myron, Fresh and Fit Podcast. They connected a lot of dots for me, but I've been entrenched in this stuff for going on a decade, which is wild to think about. But your boy wasn't always as RP aware as he could have been. Okay, this is somebody who, oh boy, okay, bought a chick an alarm clock because she was starting a new job, not realizing that, women, okay, now that I'm far more aware of this stuff, okay, they will be planning out what jumpers they're going to buy their grandkids if they like you enough, okay? It's one of the more embarrassing things that I bought for a chick. So, okay, we're not all fucking perfect. We all had to eventually fall into the correct frame. Some of us had to stumble a little bit more than others, but as long as you get there, and with, not so much of a burden financially as some other guys, you'll be fine. An OnlyFans customer hoping a rapper Ruby Rose will be his one true love. Yeah, he actually says this, proved his devotion for the entertainer in the most permanent way possible. Brandon, an obsessed fan, got a tattoo of Rose's face on his leg, which, the tattoo looks nice. Like, it is very professional. It just doesn't look anything like her. And there's also a little caption at the bottom of it, which, God, that one's tough. Okay, on his leg is a way to prove that his commitment to her is real. The online model posted videos of the tattoo and several other texts from him declaring his love earlier this week on X. Messages he sent to Rose included statements of her wanting to marry her, be the king to her queen. Yeah, we'll have to read some of these messages and hopefully we'll be able to get through them without dying of cringe, and that he would empty his bank account to be with her. Rose confirmed that Brandon is her #1 spender on OnlyFans, with the photo she took from him with the model posted December 1st on X. Exactly. And that's the picture where, if you were online over the weekend, you probably seen this. And yeah, that's probably the guy that you would anticipate being the #1 spender, somebody who would end up spending 60 some odd $1,000. But you spend that much and she is closed palm, hips are pointing away from this guy. The body language is, yep, he spent a bag on me. Yep, I ain't even gonna fucking touch him. He spent $62,000 just to buy himself a permanent seat in the friend zone. Yo. And here's another thing, okay? Here's something else. Whenever you enter into the customer frame with chicks like that, you're never getting out of the friend zone. Okay? Like, you bought yourself a one-way ticket to never seeing cooch. Ever. It never works like that. Because when you treat her like a celebrity, she will treat you like a fan. All of this framing, he's, leaning into her, pointing at her. See, she's the attraction. She's the prize. Even though this guy's pushing 8-9 digits in his bank account, because he's out here throwing around for everybody. Because this was the accompanying screenshot to that picture that got posted as well. Okay, here's his profile. Crypto whale looking for a queen. Spending $62,321.70 in a month. On this chick, and not the only time, okay? He's my #1 spender this year too for this chick who looks remarkably different than Ruby Rose for very obvious reasons, but there's his picture. Okay, this could obviously be photoshopped given the fact that, it's clout chasing OnlyFans chicks, okay, $107,326 spent for a year. He was subscribed to her, again, everything else just looking regular, but you see chicks like this all the time in the replies of several large threads that are out there, so don't necessarily know if that's true, don't know if it's accurate. I don't trust these bitches at all. They're fucking trifling, so we can see how it goes, and I'm even less doubtful of the credibility behind this because, well, for the diatribe that we're about to get on that he sent her, and, well, she just posted online, just showing what little reverence, what little care she has for him, because, okay, she, in the next couple of days, ends up, tweeting this out. Tap my face on you so I know it's real. And that's a picture of the tattoo. Doesn't really look a lot like her, but it also has right there at the bottom, #1 spender. Why would you do? Why? And that's on your calf, bro. So whenever you wear shorts, okay, you're going to be reminded of the biggest mistake you ever made in your life. That's why me personally, I'm like against tattoos, let alone one of some chick that, you know, doesn't even know or acknowledge your existence, respects your existence, okay, in this case. And if it's supposed to be in commemoration of something that means a lot to you, you can very easily commit that to your front of your mind, okay? Because I've seen my grandmother die away of a very aggressive form of cancer. I've had pets and animals that I love pass away, okay? I still remember them. I don't need to be reminded of it or have some fucking goofy Vendi, Vici, Verdi, or fucking Live, Laugh, Love tattooed on me to know that, you know what, I've got a purpose in this life and I need to go ahead and accomplish it. I personally think it's dumb, but then at the same time, there are those, you know, people that you just can't save. But by doing this story right here, I hope I can save somebody. Because, yeah, everybody was laughing at this guy. Oh, he spent $62,000 and all he got was just, you know, hover hand that's out there. Okay, you know. Gross, disgusting, and why would you simp for, like, a 7? Like, makes no fucking sense at all, okay? So everybody had their laugh. And then the text messages started to come out. And just look, first and foremost, first thing that you see right there, what does she have him saved as in her phone? Brandon, weird OF fan. And you're also going to note, not something that's in these messages, something that is lacking from these messages. Any blue bubbles that are attached to this. Yeah, she pays this guy absolutely no mind. Meanwhile, he's trying to pay the world. I have a surprise to show you, my commitment, a ring emoji. I know you will love it. It is almost done. I can't wait to show you. There's the tattoo surprise. What do you think? It took almost 3 hours. So yeah, he's texting her first thing in the morning, 6:45. We don't have anything earlier than that. Then 9 o'clock with the tattoo, following it up, yeah, with the 2 other messages as well. And then it starts to get buck wild. All in capitals. Ruby, stop ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me after all the money that I have given you to show you that I am only loyal to you and how much I love and appreciate and adore you? How dare you not answer me? I see you actively posting on your Instagram story and you have not answered me once. You are making me very mad. I treated you like a princess and you won't even take the time to respond to me. I will not tolerate this. I'm sorry for getting mad at you. I did not mean to. I shouldn't have, but I love and have. Oh, the love I have for you causes me to get very emotional, especially about you. I love you so much, Ruby. You are my world, my rock, my queen, my everything. There is nothing that I wouldn't do to make you the happiest little princess in the whole world. We got to stop first and foremost because there is so much to unpack right there with that, okay? If a chick is making you that fucking angry in the fact that she's not even responding to you, just take that as a hint. If she's not responding to you, okay, she doesn't like you like that, first and foremost, because chicks, again, if chicks like you like that, you cannot get them fucking off of you. And he's trying to leverage the whole idea that I paid you all of this money, okay, therefore you should have desire for me the same way that I'm trying to show my love for you. It doesn't work like that. And paragraph posts like that, that's normally what you get from a chick, okay? Like, this is very feminine behavior. And then the immediate emotion swaps. There we go. Swippy swappies like that. That's something else. That's very feminine. So if there's any guys that are out there and engaging in this type of behavior, you've lost the frame to your chick or your wannabe chick. If she's making you act out like that, you've lost. Just throw in the towel, call it a day, move on to a new one. This is also a scarcity mindset on such a high level. She doesn't like you like that, dude. Unfortunately, you're not getting any of that cash back. This chick is obviously not somebody who is just going to go ahead and go, yeah, you spent a lot of money. Okay, I'll try to work on some refunds. Okay, we'll just go ahead and, I'll meet you halfway on something like this. Okay, something, make it a little bit more manageable and palatable for you. It's just, it's never going to be anything more than you but pictures of me busting it wide open on the internet, okay? I appreciate the business, but when it's all said and done, this is a transactional relationship. It's not going to be anything more than that. C'est la fucking vie. You're not going to get that courtesy. So just take the hint that your advances are not wanted and move on with your day. But going on, I promise that I love you and only you for you. I don't care about your followers, your fans, your money. I only want you. You are the best thing that I have ever has happened to me. Ugh, I know that we only met for 5 minutes. Yeah, this guy's crazy, but it also highlights that as a man, when you give up and you fall into the whole idea that, oh, if you just fall in love with the chick, everything's just going to be magical and you guys can live out your life. You can have love for a woman. You can have love for a girl. But when you fall in love with a girl, you start to be controlled by your emotions, and this is what ends up happening. And it's not even being reciprocated here. This guy just thinks, if I just go ahead and project how much I want to be with her, she will eventually get the hint. I'm going to go ahead and co-opt an old Nelson Mandela quote. Not the one where he says that Sinbad was in a movie called Shazam in the late 90s. No. But I'll paraphrase this for a second. It's having disdain or hatred for somebody is like drinking poison and expecting them to die. It's only going to end up hurting you at the end of the day. Holding on to these worthless emotions. I don't want to downplay, just the idea of being in a happy, fruitful relationship, okay? That's wonderful and fantastic, blah, 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 right? But when your effort is not being reciprocated from somebody else, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a romantic relationship, you either fix it or you cut it off. And chances are cutting it off is more than likely going to just end up being the logical conclusion of this stuff. Because you might be able to, fix it up, put a little flex tape over that giant gaping hole. But when it's all said and done, that shit's going to have to get amputated. But he goes on, I want to marry you. She doesn't want that. And again, no blue messages at all. She's playing you out, posting all of this stuff online. And then there's an update that's right there. I think that says $91,000 in a month. I even spent $30,000 more on you since we met. So within the past couple of days, I thought we had something genuine and real. No. Could you not tell? Okay, and maybe we're also taking this out of, full context, because I'm sure there's some things that he hadn't vocalized to her that maybe happened behind the scenes. Maybe they had this conversation. We met for 5 minutes and she tried to upsell me on a bunch of stuff and, kept stringing me along because it's a good bag that she could secure. But she's also somebody who is in the circles getting passed around by a bunch of rappers. So she's not living, at least at this point in time, a life of need and want. And the closer that she gets to 30, she's still going to need guys like this. I will empty my bank account. Oh, just to be with you. I will travel across the country just to randomly run into you again. Oh, I will never be over you. Oh, you are the love of my life. Jesus. My perfect little princess. Oh, you are stunning. This is, okay, right here, the cringe warning. Okay, I'm putting up a trigger warning because this one, when I first read it, my skeleton just about left my body. Okay, this is really bad. This is like, 4th grade poetry of the first chick that you really, that you had a crush on, okay, that you thought if you wrote the most romantic thing possible, she was going to love you and you guys were going to be able to go to the dance. But this is, 40-something-year-old dude trying to pull this on some fucking hood rat wannabe rapper. Ugh. My perfect little princess, you are stunning. You are my breath of fresh air in a world that is so dark and so cold. You are the sun to my thunderstorm, the spurt of luck in my day, the pot of lucky gold at the end of the rainbow. You are my everything in this life, and I wish nothing more to spend the rest of my life with you. I can spend all of my money and be homeless just to wake. Unfortunately, she very rudely cut that off, but oh, dude, and this is what, like the 12th unreciprocated message? She's not going to read that and go, wow, he certainly has a way with words. Now I want to touch his wiener. It's not happening. But unfortunately, it continues. What you doing tonight? Okay, quarter to 7 on Friday. Yesterday, why aren't you answering me? I thought we had a genuine connection. Ruby, why aren't you answering me? I have invested so much money into our relationship. What relationship? I'm in love with you. Why don't you love me? And then the screen record continues. And oh boy, I would do anything for you. I would fly anywhere to be with you. All that I can ever think of is you. There is not a single other person in the world as perfect as you are. Oh, I could be Oh, you could be my queen and I be your king. I could give you everything or anything you could ever wish for. We can even have a one-sided, open-ended relationship. Oh, man. Where you can do whatever you want as long as I know that at the end of the day you come home with me and are only with me. I promise I will treat you better than anyone, Ruby. It's not even her real name. I love you with all of my heart. I have never felt this way about anyone. I want to marry you. I want to have a family with you. I want to only be with you. I would quit everything and give up everything just to be with you. I will do this is so fucking bad, man. With you, for you to love me, I will give you everything I have just for the chance that you never leave me. I want to be with you. I would quit everything, just to be with you. I want you to be with me forever. Oof. Okay. In my eyes, I've never seen or known anything so perfect. I can imagine waking up to you every day and looking over at you asleep in bed, looking perfect while you sleep, and I run my hands through your hair. He's, I guess, a little jealous on my getting you the largest diamond ring I can find, so that you'd be one hand of a true queen. I will buy you whatever car, boat, or jet you want. I will never love someone as much as I love you, Ruby. I love you more than Bitcoin. That's a fucking weird thing. I only love you. I will give up everything to have you to only be mine. Please don't ignore me, Ruby. I am sending you more money right now. It's not working. What the fuck are you doing? You are making me cry right now by not... Oh my god. This is every single wrong move that you could possibly make. Even by typing the first word, you originally made the most incorrect move that you could make. I'm sending you more money, crying, whatever. I'm bawling at the thought, thinking that you won't be with me forever, and that you don't love me anymore. I don't know. Oh my god, I can't read any more of this stuff. I was told. Oh. You are on my mind all day, every day, thinking about how you smelled in the hotel lobby. What the fuck? When I first saw you, thinking of your perfect voice, thinking of your perfect smile, when you first laughed awkwardly. As I told you that I was your #1 fan. Everything about you makes me get butterflies in my stomach. I'll link out to the rest of this because, as you can see, it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. But something else that's worth noting, mostly because of the Bitcoin, I will send you 10 Bitcoin right now. What the fuck? If you answer me, it's worth almost $400,000. Holy fuck, why? What the fuck are you doing? And then, everything after all of that stuff, then it ends with him getting the tattoo. But as everybody was laughing at him, justifiably so, because if you don't think about this too much, then it's just funny, you can move on with your day. But seeing how many guys will just, throw racks at chicks in order to just get their attention, knowing that you guys are failing off rip. What the fuck are you doing? Gassing up chicks like this, gassing up chicks in that way is only creating this disrespectful situation, because her first tweet on this, right? Okay, my #1 spender on OnlyFans, crying, laughing emoji. And then same with that other chick trying to claim him as well at $100,000, crying, laughing, heart. They don't respect you. They only see you as the ATM that you're presenting yourself as, by just lavishing these chicks in days and days and days worth of typing. Well, at least for me, I'm not exactly the greatest texter in the world. It's normally just a one-line answer, very complete and, grammatically correct. But what you're doing, man, okay, by just putting all of this unreciprocated attention on these chicks, is you're giving them exactly what they want, because she's getting a great interaction on this stuff. 84 million views on that, and the initial post itself 133 million views, and that's just off the original post. She's getting shared around by everybody on the internet now, and at least in this sense, not in so much in the other sense as she's usually accustomed to, but she's getting all of that attention from everybody now. Also with the whole, oh my god, you've got such a terrible stalker, now getting more sympathy added on top of this. She's getting all of this stuff for just simply posting her asshole pictures online. And she's also getting fucking paid by this simp, because she could have just simply looked at all of that stuff and went, wow, That's fucking wild. Blocked this dude and moved on with her life. But she is using him for clout, as fucked up as this sound. Using him as an ATM and for attention purposes. But even on smaller scales like this, okay? Just because she's putting this motherfucker out there on blast for all of social media to see and mock and ridicule. You have a chick. If you're doing any kind of bum shit like this for any chick that's out there, she has group text messages, okay, with all of her friends. I'm saying fans at the same time, but you know, you're probably her fan if you're doing any shit like this, okay? She's sharing all of the shit that you do for her around in those group text messages. If she doesn't like you like that, if she is making a post like this, if you are doing the soy jack for her, she's not reciprocating anything. If she's putting up boundaries to access, she doesn't like you like that. This is why I preach with everything that I do. I'm trying to save guys. I'm trying to make sure that guys don't make these types of stupid, life-ruining decisions just for some chick that doesn't give a fuck about you. Because if this guy oofs himself in the next couple of days, she's still just going to use it for clout. The red pill literally saves lives. Understanding your worth as a man, because this guy obviously has so much disposable income that he's not putting into smart investments and just simply spending it on chicks with a zero appreciation value. He's obviously good at something. But what's the number one vice that takes down guys that are exceptionally good at something? Whether it be crypto traders, whether it be athletes, actors, they are hyper-focused on one thing, but then when they end up getting hit by some predatory bitch, even somebody that's not even specifically targeting them, you see this with Me Too all the goddamn time. Guys will be ruined by women. They have since the beginning of time, and they will continue into the end of times, even though it kind of seems like we're there right now. So if you have a Ruby Rose in your life, don't treat her like this, okay? Send her back to the streets where she fucking belongs. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.